attention yet. Some people are, though. I heard yays. How is everyone today? Fantastic. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. We are a spiritual community here. We're here to celebrate love and light and the good things in life. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the minister here. And we have a special treat. Oh, there she is. I was like, I didn't see her behind the plant. Yes. We have a special treat today, and I'm going to introduce her in just a moment. But I do want to let you know, if you're watching here online, you're going to see some faces of magnificent people in our community. If you're in the room, please feel free to stand up and move your body and dance as we enjoy this beautiful opening song by our guest artist today, Anna Mello.
I open my heart, I open my mind, I walk through that door to see what I will find. Now I don't know just how things will all work out. All that I know, it's time to get rid of doubt. I don't want this fear keeping hold of my heart, getting me to think that spirit and I are apart. Help me out. I open my heart, I open my mind, I walk through that door to see what I will find. Now when I seem to forget that I am whole and complete, I get still and remember that sacred spark in me. And in the right time, I start to understand. I relax my mind, let spirit take my hand. I open my heart, I open my mind, I walk amazing grace. Now instead of blame, guilt and walking in shame, I see divine in all. I yield eternal flame. I open my heart, I open my mind, I walk through that door to see what I will find. I open my heart, I open my mind, I walk through that door to see what I will find. I open my heart, I open my mind, I walk through that door to see what I will find. I walk through that door to see what I will find. I walk through that door. Amazing things I find.
Thank you. Hello. What a blessing to have you here this morning to celebrate with us, right? Thank you so much. And what a great way to start the day, don't you think? Yes, once again, good morning, beautiful humans. We are a spiritual community here at Unity of Tucson. We are here to teach practical spirituality, to teach practical tools for a better life. You know, that's what got me into this to begin with. Was I thought, oh, here's a philosophy that I can actually put into practice in my life. It goes beyond the intellect, and actually I can use it. And so that's the really exciting thing about the Unity movement, the entire New Thought movement, and I'm grateful that you've decided to be present here with us today. It is my belief, excuse me, it is my belief that we can purposefully activate our own spiritual evolution. Now people go, what does spiritual evolution mean? Spiritual evolution is that desire, that impulse within each and every one of us that must change when change is required. And we can activate that in our lives purposefully. We can actually put it into practice. We can actually say, yes, I am here and I get to set the direction and the course of my life. And in doing that, I am activating that spiritual evolution and I get to grow in every moment. There are 3 tenets that I have adopted in this path, and I invite you to share them with me. Those of you who have been here before, you know these tenets, and I'm welcoming you all to say them with me. They are: love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And each week I say something about at least one of those 3. In fact, each Sunday I say pretty much something about all 3 of those every single week. Yes. Here's the other thing that I know, is that it is our work to embrace and awaken to our magnificence. If you're watching with us, if you're online and you're watching for the first time, we would love for you to let us know that you are present and here with us and celebrate your magnificence with us. There is a place where you can connect with us. If you go to unitytucson.com/connect, you can fill out some information there and just let us know that you are here present with us. If you are in the room here today, and you are joining us for the first time, if you feel like you would like to let your presence be known as someone who is new here today, we invite you to stand up so that we can greet you warmly. If there's anyone here, and we have a gift for you too. Welcome, welcome. Grateful to have you here. Grateful to have you here. And yes, and I'm going to invite you to remain standing, if you would remain standing. And what I would love for those of us who have been here before to do is to turn to these magnificent new faces and let us express to them what it is we know about them on the count of 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. You are magnificent. Part of my journey in ministry is to normalize our sense of magnificence, because it is the truth of our being. And so I think we should all exclaim for ourselves, I am magnificent. Let's do that together, shall we? Here we go. I am magnificent. Indeed, you are magnificent, I am magnificent, we are magnificent, this magnificent band is magnificent, this magnificent guest is magnificent, we are all magnificent. If you're online, I would love for you to use the chat function for a moment, reach out and say hello to those who are watching with you online. And if you're in the room, go ahead and take a look around and just catch the eyes of some of the magnificent faces that are here. And just acknowledge and say hello if you like, yeah. I love to see all the waves and hello. As we begin to bring our attention back to this experience here, we're going to engage in a little bit of centering time, a little meditation. And so I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Just simply allow yourself this opportunity to be. Setting down whatever has preceded this moment, letting go of whatever is anticipated to unfold in the future. Let us choose to be right here, right now, in this present moment. In this time of reflection, this time of centering, this time of contemplation, begin to turn your attention to your breath. Just becoming aware of the activity of the breath. Opening up to the realization that there's no need to control or manipulate the breath. It is always doing its perfect work to support and nourish the physical body. So just be aware of its activity. Just be aware. Deepening into relaxation a little bit more. Checking in to see if there's any place where you may be carrying any unnecessary physical tension. Just invite it to dissipate. It is not required for this moment. So we relax. Just relax. I'm going to speak the words of this month's affirmation. And I invite you to just simply take them in and allow, if you choose, to sit for a few moments in contemplation of these words. I'll read them a few times. I am worthy of all abundant blessings in my life. I am worthy of all abundant blessings in my life. I am worthy of all abundant blessings in my life. Let's just sit with that for a few moments in the quiet. I am worthy of all abundant blessings in my life. Let's go ahead and begin to return to this room, this time, and this place from wherever it is we may have gone. Wiggle your fingers and toes just a little bit. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath. And release. And when you're ready, open the eyes. If you're accustomed to the way the services have unfolded here, you will notice that something already is a little different, and there is a reason for that. Normally I would do a song here, but there's a special ceremony that's coming up. So after we light the flames of faith, we're going to engage in a ceremony, and then we'll have a little song that we'll share. So I'm going to invite Carol Withy to help me on the stage here today. Carol is one of our keepers of the flames. And this ceremony that we engage in each week is to honor the faith traditions, the religious paths, the spiritual ideologies that exist in this world, and understand that each and every one of them are rooted in and expressing from one thing, and that is love. And so for each candle that we light here, that is the understanding, honoring each and every one of those paths. And so we begin by lighting a candle for the Tao. The Tao teaches that there is the way that pervades all. It is reflected as balance. It is the yin and yang that makes up wholeness. We light a candle for shamanic traditions. The shamanic traditions which teach that everything is living and infused with life force energy. We light a candle for Hinduism, which teaches that there is one supreme reality which manifests itself in multiplicity in many ways, as gods and goddesses, as all expressions of life. We light a candle for Judaism, which teaches one God, one creator of the universe with whom all can have a personal relationship. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, which teaches that nothing is permanent, and there are as many understandings of God as there are people. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, which teaches one God, expressed as the Holy Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, which teaches that there is one God, Allah, as the one true reality and source of all creation. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, which teaches that there is one God who has been revealed progressively through the world's religions and spiritual traditions over the course of time. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, which teaches that God is consciousness. It is infinite intelligence, omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience. There is no thing that is not God. We light a candle for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony, and for any seekers who may be unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we hold and are keeping open for them in our hearts. This final candle we light is the healing candle. The healing candle represents the expression, the unfoldment of God energy at the core of all physical form, at the core of all creation. That's the true nature of healing, the revelation of the divine energy at the core of all things. And so this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you, Carol. Blessings to you. The candle here on your left is our peace candle. We keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with this understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we allow that light of peace to expand and express itself through our thoughts, our intentions, our words, our deeds, we create more peaceful experiences of life. And so let's honor this candle by reading together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. So as I mentioned, we have a special ceremony today. Over the course of a year, well, more than a year now, since the world shut down in so many ways, right? We had the blessing of bringing in new members, new official members to Unity of Tucson. We brought in 26 new members over the course of this past year, and today we get to finally celebrate them and bless them here in person. And so I want to begin by asking this question, just invite yourself to reflect on this question. What is membership? Because I have lots of ideas about what membership is. I'm sure we all have lots of unique ideas about what membership is. And I want to say, first of all, membership is a commitment to the community. In this particular place, saying that we are members of this community means we are committing ourselves to this community. By being a member, one commits themselves to upholding the teachings of Unity and its principles and exemplify them in their daily lives. That's one of the commitments. The other is to regularly attend functions of the ministry, to show up, right? Because the community is as strong as the people that show up, and I'm deeply grateful to you for showing up. Also, being a member is an invitation to make regular and identifiable contributions, not just of your wealth, but also of your time, your wisdom, your talent. We need it all. And as a community, it's great to share it all. Also, as a member, you are blessed with being able to attend our annual meeting, which is usually held in February, and actually vote on the activities of this center. You get to essentially be a leader in this community through your membership. More than just those things, though. More than just those things. Membership in a spiritual community is a commitment to yourself. It is a commitment to your own personal spiritual journey. What you are saying is, I affirm that this is the right place at the right time and the right spiritual path for me now. Does it mean that's forever? Maybe, maybe not. And that's okay. Committing to be here now is an important part of the journey. Membership is voluntary. It is not compulsory. Entering into membership is a personal covenant, even more than it is a covenant to an organization. And so as we introduce the new members here today, let's all understand that that is what they have committed themselves to. So I'm going to invite Laura and Roberta to help me out here today. Each new member is going to receive a membership card and an official membership name tag. And they're also going to receive the gift of a plant. And I choose in this to not give a cut flower, that we're giving you a plant which can be potted or put into a garden as a reflection of the way you can nourish your own soul. And as you take care of this plant, let it be a reflection of the way you nourish yourself. And so, this plant represents you in faith, its roots and its blossoms. And as you nurture your plant, let it be a reminder and a reflection that it represents your commitment to nurture yourself. And so, I'm going to read the names of our new members. If you are present in the room, and I think many of you are, I know for a fact that there are 3 who are not here today. I'll get to them. What I'm going to invite you to do is to see Laura to receive your name tag and your membership card, and then make your way to Roberta, who will hand you your plant, and then stay up here and just make one big line across the front. So let us begin by honoring Deborah Walker. Susie Fornelius. Mirta Nebeker. Kathy Salm. Robbie Jean Chandler. Charlie Potter. And Jaya Potter. I don't see them here today. Alan Hutton. Kathy Brandon. Marvis Rodriguez. Sharon Tretton. And Bill Tretton. Mary Alls. And Bill Alls. Anita Summers and William Summers. Jerry Stratemeyer and Darwin Hall. Diane Christie. Sue Craig. Lynn Watkey. Patricia Connors. Lydia Eisenberger. And as they're making their way up, there are 3 members who I knew would not be able to be here today. Lynn Peterson is out of town, but we have 2 members who don't live in the United States who made themselves members this year. One of them is Britt Mudia, who was living here. She moved back to Sweden, her home country, and she watches every week online. So let's honor Britt. We also have a member in Nigeria, Blessing Akpanabasi, who watches every week online as well. So as everyone makes their way up here, the next part of this is a community experience. Let's just each and every one of us take this moment to observe these magnificent faces, sending out our love, energy, and blessings to each and every one of them. Yes. And if you know this song, and many of you will know it, and if you don't know it, you'll know it very quickly. Let us sing Face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. And now, some of you may know the sign language to this song. If not, I'm going to teach it to you. It's very simple. You are the face of God. Let's do that. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. And so as we sing, let us also sign that. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. And I want the new members to sing this to our community as well. Let us all affirm for each other, we are the face of God. Here we go. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Now just sign language. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Just repeat that last line. You are the face of God. Congratulations to our new members. Thank you. So, yes. It is always a joy to be able to honor new members, to honor the members of our community, to, remind each other that we are the face of God. And it is our job, it is my job to remind you of that truth every single Sunday. There is someone who's going to share with us their magnificent gift. You've already heard from her this morning, and she's going to share even more her magnificent gift with us. Funny thing is, I sometimes will go and I'll take somebody's bio and I'll introduce them by reading their bio. But here's what I want to say. More than a bio, what I know about this woman is that she leads herself into a room with love and light, because that's how I experienced her this morning. And I'm deeply grateful that she is sharing her gifts here today with us. And at the end of the service, she has CDs available. And that's always important to know as well, that you get to take her home with you. So please welcome Anna Mello. Thank you.
All right, is this on? It is a gift. It's a blessing for me to be here and to see so many familiar faces and new faces too. I am greatly humbled and privileged, and no, I'm good. Just do the clicking thing for me. And this next song is called I Give It Up. I just wanted to give a little of what that it is. And after hearing this beautiful, You Are the Face of God, the it for me when I wrote this was all those background stories, all that chatter that you're not enough, you're not worthy, blah, blah, blah. And the it is forgetting that I am the face of God and forgetting that you are the face of God. So that's what this song is. It's I don't give up, but I give it up. Whatever that it is, for you, for me, let's just give it up. All right, yeah. There's no need to tell me how I feel. I know what's in my heart is real. My love is deep and it is true. I want the very best for me and you. From time to time I do forget, get scared and act out stories of regret. I used to be attached to what you thought of me, held myself back, afraid to be all I can be no more. Let's give it up, let's give it up, and let's get up. Let's give it up, I am enough, I give it up. I give it up, I give it up. I give it up, I am enough, I give it up. Now I put those chains upon myself when I think I'm less than or I'm better than someone else. Out of this box I have outgrown, I have new seeds to plant and to be sown. Choose to sing, move, and live free. Be who I am and live in authenticity. So let's give it up. I give it up. I give it up. I am enough. I give it up. I give it up. I give it up. I give it up. I am enough. I give it up. Dance in your seats if you want. Or stand up and dance. Feel free. Do it. You say you treat me the way you do because you can. Well, now I thank you for teaching me I'm ready for a new plan. I know the God in me is the same God as in you. So let's live our lives full out and do what we're here to do. Come on, let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up and live it up. We are enough. Let's give it up and live it up. Let's give it up and live it up. We are enough. Claim it for yourself. I give it up, I give it up, I live it up, I give it up, I give it up, I live it up, I give it up, I live it up, I am enough.
Thank you, thank you. Deeply blessed to have you here today. Thank you so much. I give it up. I live it up. I am enough. Yeah. So, I didn't plan it this way. It just sort of worked out. I don't know why I feel like I have to check the dust. It's really appealing for me to come up and check the dust on the piano, isn't it? So, one of the things that happens in ministry is you have an administrator who nudges you and says, I need you to give me the title of your message so that I can make sure that all the things are prepared and it's in the email and that everything is set and ready to go. And so he puts the pressure on me, usually starting Tuesday morning, to know what I'm going to talk about on a Sunday. Now, if you know me, you know that I don't actually sit down to write my notes until Sunday morning, which a lot of people, I'm as I said last week, I'm a peculiar kind of minister, because there are a lot of ministers, they work on their message all week long, and then they sit down on Saturday, and it's just an all-day experience to type out all their notes. I get to this building at 6 o'clock every Sunday morning, I sit in my office, and I just see what is Spirit wanting to say through me. But on Tuesday, Freddie, our administrator, came to me and said, do you know what your message is going to be? And all I could think was belonging. I said, you know what, just title the message Belonging. And it just felt really right. It's Membership Sunday, so we have welcomed into this community people who are saying, this is where I choose to belong. And we are welcoming them by saying, yes, you do belong. And then on Thursday, if you read the daily word on Thursday was belong. I thought, well, that's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. One of the things that it said in the Daily Word is it said, embracing and celebrating all that sets me apart helps me to see how each of us is here to do what no other can. Each one of us is part of the full spectrum of creation. We all belong. So in some ways, this is a continuation of what I was talking about last week, right? We are all here to express our unique selves, to say, yes, I am here, and I get to be the face of God in exactly the way that suits me best. And in knowing that and expressing that wholeheartedly and wholly, I know that I belong. Have you ever felt like an outsider, though? I have felt like an outsider. I have felt, sometimes it feels like as outsiders, what do outsiders do? They're peering in, right? They're looking inside to see what everybody else is doing, see how they're doing it. And, sometimes when we feel like outsiders, the way we think that we can overcome that feeling of being on the outside is to begin to conform ourselves to a way of being. And if that does not suit us, then we are doing ourselves a disservice. I have felt like an outsider a lot of my life. A lot of my life. How about you? I mean, it's rhetorical. Nobody has to answer this out loud. But how about you? How about you? In the world, there's a celebration happening this weekend. It's Pride Weekend. And if you don't know, I am a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm what they're starting to call the alphabet mafia. Right? And this just happens to be this week, the 30th anniversary of the day that I refer to as my coming out. I came out of the closet on June 23rd, 1991, when I went to my first, wow, I get a little emotional about this. When I went to my first Pride picnic in Himmel Park. But every day is a day to come out. Every day is an opportunity to stand up, not just for me as a member of the Alphabet Mafia, which is now how I'm just going to refer to it, but to step up and say, I know who I am. It is me coming out to say, I know who I am. I am an expression of the Most High. I am a spiritual being. And let me tell you, being a spiritual person in the Alphabet Mafia has its own set of feeling like you're on the outside. I'm an avid journaler. I have been most of my life. And I went back and looked at my journal entry from that date, June 23rd, and I wrote this in my journal. I felt, for what could be the first time in my life, so accepted by all these people, all people around whom I could be myself. I have a feeling that is truly indescribable. I can only say that it must be freedom. I then have a journal filled with trials and tribulations and all the ways that I navigated this new expression that I was getting used to in my own body. And for me, it really is a metaphor, this journey of coming out, to say that we do, as spiritual people, experience the trials and tribulations of expressing that wholly in our lives. So a funny thing that happened, I found a whole new community. I found a whole new community where, despite feeling accepted, I felt like an outsider. There's a lyric in your song that really touched my heart today. Actually, your songs really touch my heart. I mean, they just do. There's a couple lyrics I want to talk about. One of them is this: out of this box I have outgrown. I have new seeds to plant and to be sown. I choose to sing, move, and live free, be who I am and live in authenticity. That touched my heart. How about you? Does it touch you to say, oh, I am going to allow myself this opportunity to just let go of all the things that I have accumulated in my life that make me doubt who I am? They are no longer required. I get to let them go and live my life in authenticity. I have new seeds to plant and be grown. How perfect. You didn't even know we were doing the plant thing today, did you? We are constantly in a state of planting our seeds and saying, yes, this is where I choose to thrive. And the degree to which I nurture myself through the use of my mind is the degree to which I expand and grow and blossom in this thing called life. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of our sibling, I don't want to be gender specific. I am part of the Alphabet Mafia after all. Our sibling organization, which was as I always say, it was my entree into this philosophy of New Thought. Ernest Holmes wrote this: free yourself forever from the thought that God may be pleased by a life of sacrifice, and that the world is any better because of your misery. Free yourself forever from the thought that God may be pleased by a life of sacrifice, or that the world is any better because of your ministry, because you know what? It is not. The only person that really experiences the unfortunate effects of sacrifice or misery, you know who it is? It's you. That's it. And so today, I am saying we must all step forth and be free and know that irrespective of where we are, we belong. We belong on this place called Earth. We belong in this universe because we are here. That's basically what it boils down to. If we were not here, well, we would belong wherever we were. But we're here, and so we belong in this thing called life. You are the presence and the power of this infinite divine thing called God, or whatever you choose to call it. If you choose to call it spirit, if you choose to call it the universal creative presence, it doesn't matter what the words are. Step into the understanding that it is your identity, and that is why you belong. Life itself, I have come to understand, is goodness. It is goodness, and that goodness is infinitely expressing itself at all times. Now, we do live lives where we see things that don't feel so good, or we may feel things that don't feel so good, right? Anyone not have that experience? It's part of the experience of this thing called life. And you know what? What I've come to realize is that while Thomas Troward says the ultimate experience, the ultimate goal of life is to live in joy, yes, I choose to live in joy, and yet I also choose to find the joy in the times that feel challenging. Because we live in a world of polarity as well. We live in a world of polarity. Now, what does that mean? Polarity means that everything has an opposite. There's a North Pole and a South Pole, right? Everything has an opposite. And in that, we are at choice in terms of how we choose to be in this world. It is different because you will hear that we are a non-dualistic philosophy. The difference between dualism and polarity is this. Dualism means that there is some power separate from ourselves. That's what dualism means. It says that there's something out there that has dominion over us. And we are separate from it. And the degree to which we believe in that source of separation, in that sense of separation, not source of separation, in that sense of separation, because I don't want to affirm that there's a source of separation, there isn't. The degree to which we believe in a sense of separation is the degree to which things fall apart in our lives. Because we think that there is that thing out there that can have effects on us. That's how we come to believe in evil. Evil is not a construct. There is a power. Now, we used to say there is a power for good in the universe. It is simply a power for creation. It is neither good nor is it bad. It is a power for creation, and we, each and every one of us, are utilizing it, creating the expression of our lives at all times. And so to believe that there is something out there is duality. To say that there is a power out there. It's not. It's right here. And it is right here. And it is right here. It is everywhere present because there is no place where God is not. So polarity simply says that in this experience, there are North Poles and South Poles. Unity is an understanding that in this wholeness, there's room for it all. There is room for it all. I have come to nearly the point of completion of a doctorate in consciousness studies on top of becoming a Unity minister this year. That is another thing I've been working on. I know, I'm an underachiever. But I've been working to become a doctor of consciousness studies through the Emerson Theological Institute. And we've so far, the classroom work, we have to spend 120 hours in classroom work in addition to doing all the reading outside of the class and doing a doctoral dissertation project. This coming Thursday is my final class meeting. I started last September, and we've been meeting every Thursday for 3 hours in each class meeting. And we come together, and while there is an instructor, it is really a conversation that we have. We do a lot of reading and have conversations about the tenets of the essays and books that we've been reading. The last essay we wrote was by a gentleman named Ervin Laszlo. And I felt it was a really appropriate final reading for this course of study. In it, at the very end of this essay, he offers 15 points which are his personal credo to live life. And I'm actually going to probably do a 15-week series where I go through each of those points. But there's one that really stuck out for me today that I felt I wanted to share with you. He wrote this. And just allow yourself to hear this and see what comes up for you. He wrote, I am a part of society, and society is a part of me. I am what I am in my communication and communion with my fellow humans. I am an irreducible and coherent whole with the community of humans on this planet. If that is not an affirmation of belonging, I don't know what is. To say, at the core, we have no differences. That's the truth. We may perceive differences, or our polarities may express themselves as differences, but we have no differences. We are one expression of the divine, showing up as multiplicity. We are showing up in myriad ways, each and every one of us uniquely expressing. And how magnificent is that? That's why I say I want to honor and normalize that phrase, I am magnificent. Because it's the truth. You are magnificent. You are. Do you believe it? That's the step. Do you firmly believe in your heart that you are magnificent? When I invite us all at the beginning of the service to say, I am magnificent, do you say it freely? I am magnificent. And in the back of your mind, they're going, no, you're not. That's something to listen to. Because that little voice, that saboteur in the back of your mind, is telling you something. It is giving you a clue, essentially, into the work that is to be done spiritually, so that you can bring yourself into the expression and experience of your inherent magnificence. I have been saying I am magnificent for so long now, I'm finally beginning to believe it. I am here to remind you of your magnificence. If I do nothing else on a Sunday, I want to remind you of your magnificence. Let this community affirm your magnificence at all times. You belong. Let it be a beacon of love and light. Let us each celebrate each other's value. Let us notice each other's light as we experience each other. Now here's the thing. Super easy here on a Sunday, isn't it? What happens when you drive off the campus? Do you affirm the magnificence of every single person you encounter? Do you affirm the magnificence of the barista at Starbucks? Do you affirm the magnificence of the homeless person panhandling on the street? Do you affirm their magnificence? I'm not here to judge your experience or expression. It's just something to think about. Because every single one of us belongs. Every single one of us. To demonstrate the power and the presence of our magnificence, of our sense of belonging, I'm grateful to the Daily Word for offering this from Romans chapter 12, verse 5. So we, who are many, are one unified whole body, and individually we are members of one another. So we, who are many, are one unified whole body, and individually we are members of one another. If that does not express our inherent magnificence and our inherent sense of belonging, I don't know what does. Let's carry that with us in our hearts here today. Let us know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, now more than ever, that we are one unified wholeness, expressing as multiplicity, expressing uniquely each and every one of us. But we contribute to the whole, and each and every one of us belongs. I belong, you belong, we belong. Celebrate this today. Celebrate this every single day. Peace and blessings to you. Namaste. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I forgot to mention this earlier, I assign homework on Sundays because I say, if this is going to be a practical spiritual community and we are putting this into practice, well, I'm going to give you something to practice this week. So here's the homework this week. Celebrate someone this week. It can be you. It can be you. Find a way to let that person know their value and their worth in your life. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to encourage you, while I did say you can do it for yourself, I'm going to encourage you to celebrate someone else. Why am I saying celebrate someone else? Because here's what I have found. Those people are reflections of me, right? And so, as you celebrate somebody else, you are actually celebrating your inherent wholeness as well. Do something for them to honor them. And clarify in that honoring, this is important, clarify for them in that honoring that you are celebrating them not for what they do in the world, but simply because of who they are. They exist. And that is worth celebration. That's the homework this week. I'm going to invite you to relax right where you are. Just allow yourself to take in whatever kernel of truth resonates with you here today. I feel like this is a perfect song as a follow-up to I Give It Up. Just be.
Every morning, the light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. Every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. What I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew, and so I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Let us take this opportunity right here in this moment to affirm this truth. To affirm the understanding that there is only one infinite power and presence. There is only one creative source. There is only one infinite flow. There is a life force energy that is infused in and expressing as all that is. And this is the truth of our being. We are this very power. We are this very presence. We are this life force. This is our identity. We are divine. And this power of creation is the same power of creation that is coursing through and creating the construct of our lives, and we can choose to express it and experience it more wholeheartedly in this moment than perhaps ever before. I affirm, with this in mind, that the truth of our being is belonging. That we are to be celebrated and valued and understand our worth simply because we are. We are here. We exist. It is not tied to the doingness of life. It is tied to the beingness of the life force itself. And so I acknowledge with gratitude overflowing from within this infinite truth and let it set the course for the full expression of life. I simply relax, trust, know, let it be so. I step out of the way and let it go. I give it up, I release, and know it to be. And so it is. Every morning brings a new beginning. By grace, another day to be. I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see things that I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Of yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the less than that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. I walk away. Today is the day I walk away. Thank you. I love that song. You know, we switch up the song, some of the song choices each month, and so I'm going to miss that song next week when we start doing a new song in that spot. Maybe I'll just hold on to it for another month. You know what? I have every right to do whatever I want to do. We'll see. This is the opportunity that we take in our celebration every single Sunday to give, and I'm going to invite you to give in whatever way suits you best. If you're in the room, we're not passing the basket. That will begin. Are we starting? I can't remember. I forget when we decided we're starting that. July. So next week, we're starting that next week. So in the interim, there are baskets at the back by the doors on either side of the door. And if you want, there are envelopes on the backs of the chairs. You can fill out your contribution. If you're contributing by cash or check, drop it into the baskets. If you would like to give by card, you can do that in the bookstore. If you are online, there are many ways to give. You can go to unitytucson.com, where many of you may already be. Click on a donate link that is there on the page. You can phone in to the office and utilize a debit or credit card. We are here usually Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The offices will be closed tomorrow, though. I will not be here. Freddie is moving, so we're closing the offices. He's moving houses, not moving like away from Unity. You can also send in a check. You can utilize any delivery service you like to send in a check. There's another way. You can also text Unity Tucson to 73256 if you have a smartphone, and you can give in that manner as well. So let's honor our giving hearts here today by reading together the divine givingness statement. Let's read this together, shall we? I share this gift with love, conscious of the inner presence as the lavish source and substance of my supply. I am rooted in the assurance that this gift blesses Unity of Tucson, and I trust in its ever-present circulation, knowing its blessings return to me. And so it is. Yes, and so it is. There is a virtual gathering today at 11:30 online. If you are online and you would like to join, the link for the Zoom is on our homepage. Just scroll down the page and you'll see Sunday community gathering online, and you're welcome to. If you're in the room and you get home, you can join. That starts at 11:30. We have yoga Wednesdays at 6:30. I keep saying Room A, but we've actually moved it into Harmony Hall. So Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. right here in Harmony Hall is yoga. We have Tai Chi on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30. That is in Room A. You can find out all the things that are happening here at Unity by going to our homepage, unitytucson.com. I did mention the offices are closed tomorrow. We have an event coming up at the end of July. Mark Ehrlichs is going to be doing a spiritual healing weekend, starting with a spiritual healing circle on the 30th of July, a full-day workshop event on the 31st of July. All of a sudden I had to go, 30 days, have September, April, June, and November. A full-day spiritual healing event workshop on the 31st of July, and then he's going to be doing personal healing appointments on August 1st and August 2nd. The information and registration is on our homepage at unitytucson.com, so please do join us for that. It's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to invite Karen Ives, who I will call our board president emeritus, to join me up here on stage for just a moment. She wants to talk to you about what's happening with all of these stuffed animals. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning. I have a few props here, sorry. All right, good morning. I'd like to introduce you to Eleanor. Eleanor's been very loved, as you can tell. She has a button eye. She's lost most of her stuffing. And she has some new stitches because she keeps losing her stuffing. And so Eleanor was given to a child on the day the child came to yet another foster family in his short 17 months of life. Now this child and Eleanor have been adopted into their permanent home where they are very loved. And Eleanor has helped mend this child's trauma with her unconditional love. Can any of you remember your favorite stuffy and what it meant to you? I've worked in the fields of law enforcement and the Department of Child Safety. I've given many of these stuffies to children that you and others have provided. What I want to share with you is how important these stuffies are. When a child is removed or been in a traumatic situation, it can leave negative scars, no matter how loving and caring the workers are that are working with the child. The stuffy allows the child to feel less fearful. Therefore, it reduces their trauma. When a child is less fearful, they are also able to help provide important information to medical personnel, law enforcement, and social workers that can help them. Many years ago, as a uniformed law enforcement officer, I found 3 young children out in the middle of the night. They reported they had run away, but they were afraid more for their brother, who was still back at home, tied to the bed, as he was often tied to the bed. We found the brother just as the children had described the situation. All the children were given stuffies. The stuffies provided them comfort and joy. But it didn't stop there. It also made a difference in the officers' lives that were able to give those stuffies to the children. It helped them develop a rapport with the children. And that effect went on and on. As an investigator for the state, I've seen children so distraught that they're vomiting. I've often given them stuffed animals, just like the ones that you've donated here to be given. In any traumatic situation, they make a tremendous difference. They light up the child's eyes. They have the love in them that we talk about. We don't know whether a stuffy that you've donated is going to last a day or a lifetime. But we do know that the effect they have on the children lasts the lifetime. It does not matter what the critter is. Older boys do not want a pink stuffy teddy bear. Nope. But given the opportunity to accept a spider, a snake, a reptile, a monkey, they'll take it. The effects these stuffies create are the same whether the child's 2 days or 17 years old. They need not be expensive. It's never too late to start collecting for next year's. Okay, a great time to pick them up is right after the holidays. I have a question for you. How would you feel if you won a 2-night stay at the Westin La Paloma Resort? Yeah, nice, you say. So you get out your jammies, and you get out your toothbrush and your toothpaste, and you put it in your handy dandy grocery bag. Okay, and off you go. All right. Now, maybe once you're there, you feel like a little less, like you don't fit in. Gee, kind of like what we were talking about today. Maybe you might even feel a little embarrassed about this bag. Maybe you feel a little less magnificent. This is what is often used to remove children. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all give them these bags when we remove them? We can make a difference. You can make a difference. Will you make a difference in a child's life? Please donate some stuffies if you haven't already. And if you're able, pick up a kit and sew some bags. The kits are available in the bookstore. And I thank you for your participation in this giving. The children thank you. The many workers thank you. And yes, the stuffies thank you. Make yourself feel good. Participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. We will be collecting stuffies through the end of July, and then they will make their way to their new homes and to children starting in August. I'm deeply grateful for the commitment of this community in this project that we do every single year, the Bears in the Chairs, starting on Mother's Day every year and going right through the end of July when we have our Christmas in July celebration. So please do participate in that. I do want to say thank you to everybody who made, one more thing. I do want to let you know, we are signing up volunteers for various roles. As we continue to open our doors, we will have need for ushers, for kitchen hospitality on Sundays, and newcomer greeters, and all kinds of things. And if you are feeling compelled to be of service, and it is a sacred experience to serve, I invite you to visit one of the tables in the foyer at the end of the service. That said, I do want to say thank you to everybody who made today possible. Our tech crew, Wally, Don, and Aiden, who ensure that we can be seen and heard, not just in the room, but through the waves of the internet. I want to say thank you to this magnificent band. Yes, Linda, Joshua, Raphael, thank you so much for your service. Thank you to Carol, and also thank you to Karen. I want to say thank you to all the new members, and blessing, what a blessing it is to have you all here. But yes, indeed. And let's especially give a great big thank you to Anna Mello for sharing your gifts with us here today. Thank you so much. As we complete our time here, let's share the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. Feel free to get up and dance. Something great has happened. Love has taken hold and it won't let go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motion. We're drops in one ocean. Roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the voice of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. Whoa. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing. Feel your passion blazing and shine. Paint with every vision and dance in new directions. Explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today. Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the voice of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the voice of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.